It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free, 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. And I am happy to report, I want to get this done right off the bat, baby. You see that?
Go this way. Wait, this way.
Mission Barbecue in the house. And I got to lay it out here.
Look at that.
Nice stuff. That box is bigger than you.
I know. I can't. It's bigger than my whole camera. Do you believe the size of this lunchbox?
That's funny. Is that what that is? Is it called a lunchbox?
This is called a family. I don't know. This is a lunchbox. So thanks to Mission Barbecue for sending us lunch. We're going to be talking to Tony, who is the director of operations for Broward and Palm Beach, in just a few moments. But see, this is what we talk about. Bring your lunch, have some lunch, join us on the cafe for a little bit of lunchtime humor, hot topics, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. How you doing today?
Since I talked to you at 9 o'clock, pretty good. It's just all saying, good. All good.
This is what it's like. This is the this is 3 weeks of us doing this already. This is our second. It's more than 3 weeks. We did a week of your birthday week with nobody in studio. We did my birthday week with no one in studio but you, me, and Teddy. Last week we were home. This is our 4th week of doing this. So people who think this has been 2 weeks, we're going on our 4th week. Is by the time we're done with this, it's going to be 8 weeks. So just saying, it's a lot of new stuff. But I must say, the community has stepped up. Those that want to spotlight what they're doing, instead of sending food to the studio, they were kind enough. I spoke with Yuri last night of Mission Barbecue. He said, no problem. We'll drop some at your house and some at Freddie's house, which is really, really nice.
I know. Who went to your house, Rick?
Rick came to my house. I spoke to Yuri. They've got a great team because Yuri coordinated everything. Rick Ortega delivered it. Fun fact, Vinny, who cooked our food, is New Girl's dad at Mission and Boynton Beach. So he cooked our food. New Girl's joining us on the end of the show today. And we're going to be talking to Tony, director of operations, in a few minutes. So it's kind of like a whole big family mush pot of barbecue food.
So this is New Girl's dad?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
You know what? It's one of those coincidental things is all I can say.
Coincidental. The way Steve
says.
It's
100%
wow.
Coincidental.
That is amazing. And you were going to keep this a secret how long?
Well, you've been so cranky today. It's like I can't give you any information without you going, arr. So.
I haven't been cranky.
Kind of a nice surprise. I tried to do such a nice thing, and all I got was like my head bit off today.
First of all, I got a question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Because this particular Mission Barbecue came to us via Jody at the radio station. But we know the dad. He's the dad to one of our producers.
Yes.
And a good friend of ours whose mom works down at the Hard Rock. Right? So I need to know, how come we got Mission Barbecue, which I thought we were going to have them come on and talk to us soon anyway. It took a whole lot of people to get to the same spot.
It's just a totally coincidental thing is what I can tell you, because Yuri reached out to the radio station. Jody sent us the information. And then I just put the pieces together that it was Nicole and New Mom.
Does he know this?
Yes, because actually New Mom just texted me. She's joining us on the 1 o'clock hour. And she said, do you know New Girl's dad cooks your food?
Really?
Isn't that funny?
This is creepy. It's creepy.
It's kind of crazy. It's a small. You know what? That's how things work in our world, and it's very serendipitous. Is how things are supposed to be, and they are always the way they're supposed to be. Is all I can tell you.
Serendipitous. I love that word.
Serendipitous. So tell us about what happened between our 9 o'clock show and now. You were very busy.
Really?
Yes.
You're
you were
going to
very
make me
busy.
talk about that now?
Well, we had Slick Speaks was on. We had Fuego on. Fuego ran a little long, so Fuego got cut so we could go on. But, you know, it's about learning how to do what we got to do and keep running remotely. The amazing thing is we get to run remotely, and I'm really excited, Freddie, because we've had people on the past 2 weeks that normally these are paid spots for people to come on. But we're trying to give as much visibility on short little snippets as we possibly can. So we would love to help spotlight your business or your ideas and let us know. Give us a call at 866-224-5422. Freddie is always eager and happy to answer the telephone and see how we can help promote what you're doing. And that is in
You're
fact
very
what we're
funny. I got to tell you, you're very funny. Because what you did was, I didn't know that Slickster was going to do a show. So I have Fuego on the other channel, which worked very nicely. And I wrote Slickster's name on Fuego's line.
I took it
And you
off.
could change. But this is because you can't throw everything at me at one time. We have some other mishaps that we have to correct on the network side. So let me just tell you, it's not crayons, it's not checkers, it's chess, and you got to sort of give me a heads up as to who's going to be on, when they're going to be on, because if you cram it all in, it's not going to work.
I got you covered, baby, is all I can tell you. It's all good. As you always say, it's all pink. Right?
That's not what I say, but okay. All right. Moving on.
You ready to get into some lunchtime here at the cafe? Give us a call right in on Facebook. Sharing is caring, as Freddie always says. So share out the show. We've got a new producer sharing out our show coming to us from Lynn University. He's actually a data guru and security breach on the internet. So really amazing. So he's coming to us. He's sharing the show out as a new producer. I just got huge news as we were on live. Our producer, Mia's Martini Bar, Mia Borselli, just got approval from FAU to continue her internship with us this summer.
She got approval?
So since her internship program was cut short, she has now gotten the approval to continue with us into the summer semester. So I'm excited. I'm really happy about that as well.
I'm glad she got approval.
Just saying, she's getting credit. So
if they ever saw when we do it, Mia, they probably would disapprove the program.
Well, I have to tell you, it took me an hour to fill out Beatrice's evaluation yesterday. It wasn't like a check on some of the schools. This was, I needed to give them specifics of what she did and how she improved and how she was a team player and how she was in a leadership role. It took me an hour. I was just thinking it was they didn't know for B.
Oh, okay.
So I was just glad they didn't say that to you. I know.
I would have said one word sentences.
You would have said Dawn.
Great.
You would have said Dawn. Take care of this. Dawn.
Call Dawn. So, I would have put on the paper. Call Dawn.
I just want to know. So this is teamwork at its best, right? You do your thing. Teddy's been editing a spectacular show all weekend, plus production, plus everything we do. But as a reward, you have a delicious lunchbox sitting next to you that was delivered beautifully to your door by Rick Ortega of Mission Barbecue. So you ready to dig into some lunch and talk to Tony?
Did you send the byline, the lower third for the Mission Barbecue?
Of course. Okay. Of course I did. Tony is with us from Mission Barbecue. He's logged on to our system, and there he is.
How you doing today?
How you doing, Tony?
Good. Can you hear me? Okay.
Loud and clear.
Awesome.
We're really excited to have you joining us, and thank you for this amazingly delicious lunch. Just so you know, this box is as big as me.
Good deal.
Right?
Good deal.
Look at this lunchbox. It takes up my entire camera feed, which is truly, I feel like Hector, Freddie, over the computer.
I know this is a beautiful box. It was delivered nicely. Ricky was a very nice gentleman. He left it at the door,
Good deal.
and it was pouring here. He left it at the door and went on his way to meet Dawn.
We left it at the door, and it's such a funny coincidental thing, Tony, because one of our producers, Nicole, her dad works at the Boynton Beach store, Vinny.
And I'm actually with Vinny right now. He's here.
That's what we were told, which is amazing. Nicole's
Yep.
going to be calling in a few minutes, too.
Oh, that's great. I'll pull him over when she does.
So tell us about the mission of Mission Barbecue, because I know some people have been there and they tell me at 12 o'clock you honor servicemen. Tell me what Mission Barbecue stands for.
So, our mission is to serve, and it's to serve our community, our country, and our customers. And we choose to give back to our first responders, our military, our police, and our fire. And we honor our country every day. We stop what we're doing, and we gather all our customers, and we sing the national anthem. And even though our restaurants are empty right now, we will go outside with our team members and stand around our flag outside and sing together. You can also go onto Facebook and log in, and we have a live feed every day of our team members singing the national anthem. So it's something in our culture that we're not going to stop. We continue to give back to the community, give back to our local first responders, and now expanding to also some of our health care professionals that we're doing some things for as well.
That's amazing. How many locations do you service in the South Florida area?
South Florida, we have got 4 locations. We have one in Davie off of University, around Nova University. We've also got one in Weston on Weston Road near Griffin Road. We've got this location in Boynton, which is off of Congress. And then we've got one up in Port St. Lucie, which is on St. Lucie West Boulevard. So we've got 4 right now, one over in Fort Myers. We're up to 96 total throughout the country.
And I'm really interested in what you're doing with the first responders, because I was told that you're bringing them food, you're bringing food to different locations, you're giving discounts. So can you share with everyone what you're doing with Mission Barbecue?
Yeah. So what we do is we employ a community ambassador in each restaurant, and it's one of our team members, and their sole purpose is to reach out to military, to our local fire and local police department, and we provide food for them. We drop food off every week, 1 to 2 locations. We also, take care of. We've been doing some food drops at some of the emergency rooms in the area. Between Westside Hospital and Davie, Memorial Hospital, Plantation General. We've been working with Broward Health as well. We've got Rick Ortega. He's our catering manager, and he'll work with any of these organizations and any of these groups. All you have to do is give him a call, and we can work something out to get you some food, because I know there's not a lot of people out on the roads. These people are busy taking care of business for us, but we want to be there for the entire community.
That's spectacular, is giving back. And I know the radio station, Freddie, we spoke to Madam President about that Beasley Network, the station that we air on radio, they want to know who is giving back to the community and how they're helping the first responders.
Correct. They want to know how you guys are getting together to help the community. Like we spoke to somebody else who turned into a bodega, they turned into a store, and they give it to the community. And we spoke to a few people. But what you guys are doing is just tremendous. And the service is good. I tasted the food a little bit, Dawn. Don't tell Linda because I didn't wait till she got home. But I'm going to tell you, this is impressive. Very impressive.
So tell you a little bit about our
delicious.
food. You like it? It's a good deal. So we smoke everything in-house here. We've got 2 large smokers all day, every day. The brisket and the pork we smoke for 12 hours. We don't have any microwaves. We don't have any freezers. Everything we make is fresh in-house. Different barbecue sauces we make fresh as well. When Steve Newton and Bill Krause, Steve Newton was with Outback Steakhouse for years, and Bill Krause was an executive for Under Armour. And they went throughout the country. They went to the Carolinas, went to Alabama, went to Texas for the brisket, and they pulled all these recipes of all this food that you're tasting, barbecue sauces throughout the country. So that's what the flavor of Mission Barbecue comes from.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing because I didn't even get to the barbecue sauce yet because I've got my papers everywhere. But just the smoked and the meat, it's not just meat with barbecue sauce on it because I don't have any on mine right now. It is spectacular. And Freddie, look, we sent you a vegan side dish. I don't know what you got in yours, but I got mac and cheese in mine and beans.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Just saying, no one has to really go hungry when they're home working from home because you're delivering as well.
Correct. So we deliver within a 5-mile radius of each restaurant. If you call us and you're a little bit further out, we'll go ahead and work it out for you. But it's free delivery, $25 or more, and we'll bring it right to your door. We'll leave it on the doorstep for you, give you a call when it's ready, and you just open up your door and you can enjoy your Mission Barbecue food then. We've also got, we've started curbside to go. So you call the restaurant, place your order, and we'll run the bag right out to the car for you so you don't have to even come into the restaurant.
It's truly amazing because I had a full chicken sandwich. You saw my mac and cheese, baked beans. Wait, there's more. A chocolate chip cookie. And in the bag of all the extra sauces was a piece of cornbread. So we were a little late starting because I was, oh, wait, there's more. And there's more. Coleslaw. Of course there is. Silverware. And if you're messy like me, you got a wet nap as well. You guys have thought of everything. Seriously, there is nothing left to think of. And the food is delicious. This is the biggest sandwich I think I've seen in a very long time. What did you get, Freddie?
Awesome.
Look at the size of my sandwich.
I didn't open the box, Dawn.
Look at the size of this sandwich. Again, it's probably bigger than I am. I can't even take it out of the tinfoil, but it is chock full of meat as I'm spilling it everywhere.
Yes,
this is amazing.
I got everything. I got everything you got. Look at the size of this bad boy.
I think they sent you a brisket sandwich.
Yes, it's a brisket sandwich. There's all sorts of good stuff in here. Holy smokes, woman.
Right? You know what they say in times of quarantine? Don't go vegan. Eat. Exactly. You need your strength to go from one room to the next.
You're funny. You're funny.
How many will you cater for? Up to how many and how much time do you need to get it together?
So we've catered as many as 1,500, 2,000 people. We'll do it as small as 5 or 10. We just pretty much need a couple days notice for something larger than 500. But for the most part, if you need something tomorrow and you have 250 of your friends that you want to feed, you just call us and we'll make it happen. We will take care of everybody who is in our community and in our, all our customers. We'll take 100% great care of you.
It's amazing. How do you like it, Freddie?
It tastes delicious.
And I just want to go with a little bit of a background that Yuri told me. How Mission Barbecue started.
Right. So we have two gentlemen, Steve Newton and Bill Krause. And this was back, Bill Krause was with Under Armour and he had retired. Steve Newton was with a very famous Australian steak and potato place that you probably have heard of. And he was regional vice president for them. So they left both companies and they're best friends up in Maryland. So they said, what do we want to do? And they both are passionate about barbecue. And Bill's sons, one graduated from West Point and one graduated from the Navy Academy. So, Bill has always had a passion for helping first responders and for helping the military. And we decided, they decided to go ahead and start this company that more focuses on serving our community than, anything else. And, the service that we do is our main purpose, and the food comes after that. So, they decided on September 11th, 2011 to open the first Mission Barbecue. And they did that for a reason. Our country had changed 10 years ago, or 10 years prior to that. And they just wanted to always remember what our first responders and what our military have done for us over the years. And we thought that would be a great way to pay tribute to that. And we do things every single day. This is the time that everybody really pulls together and works hard for the community, for, all of our military, all of our fire, all of our police. We like to say that it's in our DNA. We do what we do, and we do it every single day. Every single day is Veterans Day, right? When you think about it, because we should be celebrating our veterans and celebrating what the sacrifices they have given for our country. Same thing with our first responders, putting their lives out on the line and, working hard in our community to make it safe. This is a different time for everybody, but know that we, Mission Barbecue, have always been here. We'll continue to be here, and we're going to be here to serve and give great food and take care of our people, our community, our country, and our customers.
We do so much with first responders, and I know that's so near and dear to Freddie's heart. And under this whole crisis now that we're dealing with, our first responders have opened up that now the military is going into the hospitals. We've got doctors, nurses, EMTs. The first responder network is at such much bigger umbrella than it ever was. And now you see everyone coming together. Freddie, you see the military going into the New York hospitals today to help run some of these beds and the tent units that they have set up. It's just amazing what people are coming together as a community. We've seen nothing like this since 9/11.
Well, this is even bigger than 9/11. 9/11 was bad, but this 9/11 was in Manhattan. And all that energy went into the island of Manhattan. This is everywhere. This is from Manhattan to here, to California, to Washington. This has affected the whole world. And one of the things is when you have these many cases covering this amount of land and this amount of people, it's not an easy thing. We have to gear up to get people protected. We got to gear up to get medicines. Everybody's working around the clock. And our frontliners, I know they're exhausted, they're tired, and it's not easy. So again, we make a joke about it because like Bob Hope used to say, when you keep the troops entertained, they do their jobs a little bit better. But Tony, I just want to thank you guys for doing what you're doing and how you're doing it. It's a tribute to what we need to learn as a community to come together and do. And we are I always tell Dawn there are table setters that make the rest of us better players. And my friend, you are a table setter. You are going to make it so that we can get through this thing. And we're at the end of the rainbow, we're going to correct our mistakes and make it better. And again, I want to say thank you for what you do.
And people are writing in best barbecue sauce ever, Tony. Charlotte's writing in awesome management team and staff. So people are loving it. And as a treat, Freddie, for us, we have Nicole logging in at the same time. So Teddy, if we can bring Nicole over, we can have like a whole big family event here at Mission Barbecue. And as nothing is ever a coincidence with us, but anybody else thinks it is.
Hang on, let me grab Vinny. Hey, Linda.
Look, there she is.
Can you grab Vinny, please? Hi, Nicole.
How you doing, Nicole?
Hi.
Hey, new girl.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good,
How
how you
funny
doing?
is this? Right? We talked about bringing Mission Barbecue on when you were working with us over the summer. And look, as one of the coincidental cafe things happen, here we are.
Hi, Daddy.
Make sure you
You didn't look at
vacuum,
me.
take the trash out, walk the dogs.
I already did everything.
All right, baby, I love you.
Love you too.
Hi, Vinny. So nice to meet you.
We met the whole family and we had to go through the radio station and 8 months later, but we got there.
You tried, right? And your mom is watching. She's calling in on the next hour. So we got a lot going on. Tony, tell me about the jersey hanging behind you.
What's that?
The jerseys on the wall behind you.
So we've got one from the Army, Navy, the Air Force, and since the Marines don't have an academy, we have a second Navy jersey, and that's just to celebrate. We're about heroes, and our heroes in this country. We need to remember that although we respect and we love our sports heroes and the people who entertain us, our true heroes are these folks that put the uniforms on every day. Our heroes are the police officers that make the streets safe, the firemen who are out there. They don't care what's going on, whether it's a crisis like this or entering a burning building. They're just going to do what they do. And to me, those are the heroes. And if you look on the walls all around us, there are pictures, and every picture has a story to it. And we take the pictures that our community brings of our police, our military, and our fire, and we hang it on the walls so that they can come in with their family and say, hey, that's Dad back when he was serving in, Vietnam or Korea, or, we have World War II veterans that still come in to this day, in their 90s, and we celebrate that every day. So that's what the walls are all about here. It's not just memorabilia, it's the faces of the community, which is really cool.
Wow. Tony, and tell us again the 4 locations in South Florida.
Sure. So we have Davie, which is off of University in the Arrowhead Plaza by Nova. We've got the Weston location, which is over off of Weston Road, close to Griffin. We've got this location in Boynton Beach. We're right off of Congress, close to the Boynton Mall. And then we've got a location in Port St. Lucie West Boulevard, out little bit more towards the turnpike than it is towards I-95, but you could see it plain as day. We have these monster trucks. I don't know if you've seen them driving around. We call them Bam Bam. They're these big military grade trucks that we roll in. We roll into parking lots. We roll into events, and we have this truck smoking, tires probably twice as big as I am. So it's really, really cool to see. And each one is parked in front of our restaurant, so you can't miss it. And they better be smoking because we're supposed to smoke them every day.
When we get up and running again, we're having a big party, and let's bring the smoker
Absolutely.
out, Freddie. Let's open it up. Let's do what we can do. Hopefully it'll be before the summer. If not, we'll do it in the parking lot. Bring everybody and open the doors.
That's right. We'll
Tony,
open up the bay doors and let everybody in.
Nicole, we're going to go to commercial break. Tony, thank you. This amazing lunch from Mission Barbecue, always helping the first responders, the military. Reach out to them. They will deliver. They will cater. And you can also do curbside pickup. Tony, I appreciate it. Stay safe. Thank you for what you do. Nicole, stay tuned.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Okay.
Our pleasure. We're going to take a quick break. Freddie, you ready to roll?
Ready to roll.
And we'll be right back.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. and why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Ding, 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 ding. This segment brought to you
I don't
by
have it.
Mission Barbecue.
Mission Barbecue.
Mission Barbecue. Absolutely delicious, delicious. Enjoy. Thank you. It was so big, I'm sharing it with my daughter. That's how big that lunchbox is.
I know, it's a lot of food in there. I just got to put it in the microwave to keep it warm.
It's delicious, even lukewarm, I have to say. They delivered it beautifully right to my door and to your door. They called us when it was here. Everything was in a bag, in a box, and truly, truly spectacular. So thank you, thank you, thank you to Mission Barbecue. And it's funny, right? That it was Mission Barbecue, and I think we've got Nicole, aka New Girl, still joining us on the line. And there she is.
And there she is.
How you doing, Nicole?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. How funny is that? It took how many months?
What'd you say?
How long did it take us to get you at Mission Barbecue?
Oh, probably a good amount of time. I mean, I just had them the other day. I love them. I love their food. My dad will ask me, hey, do you want anything from me? I'm like, yes, please.
What have you been up to?
Nothing. I've been working and my schedule is very hectic, but just been working, trying to have as much downtime as possible, especially now with this quarantine. So I've been working out. I've been doing a lot of chores around the house, trying to maintain everything, trying to keep some normalcy and not go crazy.
Are you working from home or are you not working right now?
Not working right now. I'm hoping to go back to work in the next month or two whenever this dies down, but I love being able to just relax at home and not have to really worry about anything right now, but it's definitely been a little hectic the past couple weeks.
That's crazy. And what job do you have? When you left us, you went to get a full-time gig.
I've been working in gardens. I'm a personal / administrative assistant for a lawyer and her husband who's a neurosurgeon. So I just do some of the office work for them, and then whatever I need to do, like go drop something off for them or go pick something up. So it's very It's a long day, but I love it. It's a great experience.
Well, we miss you. Yeah, as you know,
I know.
Freddie talks about you all the time.
I know. I hear my mom always call me after work, and she's like, "Freddie always says hi, new girl," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I miss that."
He's got the new girl and the new girl.
Your mom likes it because we call her new mom.
Yeah, she called me this morning and she's like, "They announced that new girl and new mom are coming on today," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, okay."
Look, we had your dad, we had you, we got your mom, we have food. It's like a whole family fun experience, and all as a coincidental thing, as Steve-O says.
Coincidental.
I know.
Yes.
When you texted me yesterday about Tony, I was like, "Wait, from Mission Barbecue?" And then I was like, "Dad, I think Tony's going to be on tomorrow."
Did he know?
That's funny.
No, I don't think he really knew. I think he had heard about it, but he wasn't really like in the know about Tony coming on. But then that just surprised me seeing my dad because I had just texted him. So it was.
It's so funny for you because we evolve, right? We always play lunchtime at the cafe, and restaurants and bakeries, they would send food to the studio. And I felt funny having them send food to our home because I thought that's just kind of a crazy thing to do. But Yuri was so great, and he said, "Don't worry about it. We'll deliver to your home. We'll deliver to Freddie's home, and then you can have lunch while you're on air," which was so nice.
No, they're awesome.
I'm going to reuse the box as a lunch box. I already had it planned out. I'm going to put a white handle. You know those two little handles they put on the plastic bags? I'm going to have a white handle on this. It's going to become a lunch box. So I came up with a lunch box. But these are fantastic.
He's even breaking his veganness for Mission Barbecue.
Yeah. I was actually supposed to go help, but I was too lazy.
I'm going to make this my new lunch box. Look at the size of this thing.
Oh, those are awesome.
I know, isn't that nice?
I saw pictures of them. I just haven't seen them in person yet.
Oh, is this new?
And you must have.
No, I haven't. I think they're new. I think they're doing them for the quarantine for people, but I haven't. I have no idea. I know they have to-go boxes. I just didn't know they had those lunch boxes, but they're pretty cool.
Now you must have tried all the food on the menu.
I've only tried brisket and pulled pork and pulled chicken. I haven't eaten anything else.
Is a pulled chicken?
Yeah,
that's what I got.
It's really good. That's usually what I get.
Pulled chicken. Lord have mercy.
I got the pulled chicken. I think I sent you the brisket.
I'm going to tell you something. When you order, you got to call me and say, I would have taken the pulled chicken.
You did not answer the phone. I was trying to. It is delicious. As you say, it is delicious, right? It's delicious. Did that sound like you, Freddie?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You see, I know Nicole misses us.
I do. I miss the day.
Well, we've got Teddy working hard. Poor Teddy is working. She's got roller skates on so much that she couldn't even do her Teddy Unscripted because she's been editing. She's been producing. She's been re-editing. The poor kid is just going above and beyond. Normally we send different pieces out to different people, but things are a little different right now. But I think we're going to start, Freddie, I think we got to start sending some things out to some other crew because otherwise we're going to burn poor Teddy out.
I agree. It was a big undertaking. They should have, and again, I don't know why my phone ain't ringing, but okay.
Because you were in quarantine last I checked.
Yeah, but I can still work my computer.
Well, we were not so sure that you were feeling great. So last we saw on Friday, you were red as a tomato, and you told us your allergies were bad. So we thought,
that's this light. There's something wrong with this light. It makes me like tomato head.
Your hands are green and your face is red.
I got green. It's got to be this. It's got to be this.
Jojo says she loves us and she's glad we're all home. Yes, Jojo, we love you too. I'm glad you're safe and doing better. Well, new girl, anytime you want to come work with us and do some more things, we got social media work that can do. We are launching our new network. Freddie, you want to fill her in?
Yeah, that thing over there in the bottom, no, over there in the bottom, next to you, that's our new network that we're trying to get open. And if Dawn stops sending 400 people at one time, we'll probably get something done. The Fuego opened it up today, and we are trying to put together different shows so that we can have a clock, and all of a sudden you're going to see programming outside of the cafe, outside of what we normally stream. It's just people's businesses and everything else being put on there so they can highlight, showcase, and keep the brain working, as they say.
Kelsey actually put that logo together. We hadn't seen Kelsey in a long time, and she came back a couple weeks ago, and we put her right to work, and she did a spectacular job putting that logo together. Isn't it great?
It looks good.
So you can see it's AMP, either way you look at it, across and down. AMP Media Productions or AMP, AMP Media Productions across. Now it makes sense, Freddie?
It does. I got to find something. Now half of me is dark and the other half is light. I
You
can't
need this.
win. No, I don't need that. I look green with this stupid light.
That's it.
I need a
Amazon.
selfie lighting.
That's it. Amazon $12.99. Don't leave home without it. I know. If you saw the amount of light I have here, I've got 4 lights right here
Oh my gosh.
in my banner. I
See, I don't
know.
have enough lighting in my house. I need something to go above my computer to give me some of that bright light.
I think you are looking spectacular. There you go, Freddie.
Thank you.
I think I got it.
By George.
Am I
I
green?
think you got it.
I'm
Your
still
shirt's green. What color is your shirt?
Oh. We're back to that again. Green.
Looks blue.
No, it's green. It's blue-green. I don't know what it is.
It's seafoam green.
There you go. This works. This is not bad.
No, that is much, much better. That's all I can tell you.
Is it better?
Nicole, stay in touch and miss you.
I will. I miss you guys.
Love you. Stay in touch. We'll bring you on back soon.
Yes, please.
Awesome.
Perfect. Good to see you, kid.
There you go. Delicious, huh?
Nice surprise, yes.
Nice surprise for you. I know. You haven't eaten meat in a while, and I thought, let's just go big or go home.
I know. I'll have a little bit. You know how that goes. But it's good. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay.
You really need to get out of the house.
What?
You need to get out of the house and go on your patio and enjoy the lakeside view that you talk about so much. Enjoy the fresh air, see the birds, see if a hawk lands on your fence, put your feet in the ground and get back in touch with nature. Take your shoes off and feel the ground.
You know, you make me laugh. There is actually 8 things going on around me right now, including
Really?
Including a funeral is going on one side of this thing. There's some other production pieces that are being worked on at the same time. And it's not just sitting here and say, "Hey, Dawn, how you doing?" There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
I know. There's a lot going on. But, you know, we got to keep going. We have to keep the momentum going. And I told you on the 9 o'clock show, when I meet new people and I hear their passion about going forward and reinventing themselves and pivoting and doing what we need to do as a state, a nation, a world, and sort of change the mindset of what's going on, is it going to be easy? As you say, absolutely freaking not. Look, I think I'm channeling you now. I've got Freddie vernacular in my head. It's not easy, but we need to do it, because if we don't do it, then we stop. And if we stop and we pause for longer than a second, we're going to go backwards, because then we spin. And spinning is not any good to anyone.
Spinning is not good for anyone. Okay.
Right? If we
Makes sense.
start thinking, if we go backwards into our mindset of a bad mindset and all this inner work that everybody's doing, has done up until now, and we can't hold on to that, then what have we done? Then we haven't learned. If you don't love you to reinvent what you're doing, you got to learn. This is, of all the weeks, as we go into Holy Week, right? Here's the thing. To me, Holy Week, I don't know if it's considered a Jewish thing or not, but it's our week. It's everybody's week this week. So, pray a little more, be a little kinder, have a little more faith, extend a little bit more.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about the religious aspect of all of this, because religion is something, you don't have to go to church, synagogue, or anywhere else to go and meet God. God is always around you. And I saw some very disturbing things yesterday in different places where people were still gathering in churches and what have you. Listen, I gotta tell you, as a former altar boy and yesteryear in life, I get it. But the bottom line here is staying home is where God wants you to be right now, because the bottom line here is you don't want to be exposed to somebody who has been exposed. Somebody who doesn't feel well doesn't mean that they won't have the virus. So if you want to increase your chances of getting sick, then go to church, go to synagogue and everything else. But the bottom line is that isn't the smart play. So I'm going to stay away from the religious side of this thing, because you don't need to go to church to see God. You can stay in your house and do it from here. You could pray from here. He's everywhere, no matter who or what it is that you believe. And if you don't believe in God, that's okay too. Stay home. Do the smart play. Okay, God doesn't ask you to come to church. That's somebody else. And that's why I don't want to talk about this. I also saw the report where they opened up the beaches in Georgia.
That's what Teddy said.
I just read it. And the mayor is fighting back. I have seen really stupid things in my day, but that's got to be the stupidest I've ever seen in my life. I don't
What was the
understand
reasoning of that? Why did they say they did that?
Because if you are going to practice safe distance, then why do you have to close the beaches?
Because people don't practice safe distance. However,
That's right.
this antibody test that is coming out, and apparently it is being used currently for some first responders. I saw Broward and Palm Beach County has been testing some of their first responders for the antibody. If they test that they have the antibody, then they can go out and safely know that they are immune for now. So I think that's tremendous. And I saw an article that said a home antibody test is coming out. It'll be a finger prick, I guess, much like a diabetic test. A drop of blood will give you like a plus minus, like on a pregnancy test, whether you have the antibodies or not. And once that becomes available in the next couple of weeks, I think that will be a game changer. Because if anyone has those antibodies, then you should be able to get back out into the workforce, open your business, be a first responder, go to the grocery store, help serve those that don't have it, right? So at least some things can open up. Those that don't have it can stay home, and they're home, and maybe we flip the script a little bit.
I was reading that the University of Pittsburgh was working when SARS was with us. And they have a patch, and the patch goes on your finger. And it has 100 little needles, the patch, hair-like needles. So you put the patch on your finger, and they came up with a solution to SARS. Now, because we overcame that epidemic with SARS, it was never published or continued. Now they're looking at it because they think that SARS and this COVID-19 are sister related, that there is something in it that is tying into it. So I read that over the weekend, which is fantastic news, because it means that they have a jump on what they're looking for as a cure to this thing. And if it's a simple patch that goes on your finger, that would be tremendous. But there are thousands.
What's in the patch?
It broke it down. The way that they're talking about it is that it has to do with the protein in the DNA. And I'm not a doctor. So halfway through this thing, they lost me. And there are thousands of doctors that are coming forward, thousands of people that are coming forward that they may have an answer. It would take 20 years to go through everything everybody's going through. And therein lies the problem. It takes time for these test kits. We have more tests done than any other country in the world. More tests. But the problem that I'm having with the tests is the people that don't need them are getting them. The frontliners, we know they eventually, how long can you beat a horse until they can't do it no more? What I'm trying to say is, if you lower the amount of cases, then that will give them a chance to find a cure for this thing. I think that is going to be our only defense, because I have to ask you, you quarantine for 2 weeks and you go out 2 weeks and 1 day later. Can you get sick?
Sure.
If you didn't have the virus to begin with and you go out 2 weeks and 1 day later, can you get sick?
Yeah. Of course.
If you had the virus and you stayed home for 2+ weeks and go out on 2+ weeks and 1 day, can you get sick again?
No.
You don't know that.
They do know that.
We don't know. No, they're assuming that. They're saying that if you get it, you won't get it again. I had chicken pox and the measles. And then I got, what is that? Shingles. Yes. Which were worse than any of those two things combined. I got shingles.
Correct.
Okay. The doctor said to me, and this is Dr. Schwarm, he rest in peace, said to me, this doesn't mean you can't get it again. There was an epidemic of chickenpox in New York when I got it. So my question to you is, do we have to be careful from now on? Do we go to the beach even though, well, this is the new way of doing things. Do we always wear masks to go outside now? Is that going to be a thing with gloves for a while?
We'll see.
Psychologically, do we feel that because we are doing these things, we're defeated? And therein lies the questions. I was told, are you frozen?
No,
I was told,
you just leave me in a state of a stomach ache is what you've done.
No, hold on. I was told when I went to Puerto Rico during the hurricane to bury my mom, the military was there. The military and the National Guard were all over the island. And I was told, and I will use it again, do not be afraid of the military being in the cities, because we need them. We need them to help. We need them to sustain. We need them. This isn't like the movie that you see where the military takes over the city and they start shooting people. This is not what's going on here. It is not. It is to keep law and order and to have hands for machines where people can't run them. I mean, think about this. If Cuomo got his 40,000 ventilators in New York, who's going to run them? How do you run 40,000 ventilators at one time? Can't do it. So we got to be smart. We got to be ahead of the curve. We got to think not about today's problem, but tomorrow's. We got to stay ahead of this thing. If you stay home, you're helping stay ahead. If you wash your hands, even if you don't need to wash your hands, just wash your hands to get into the good practice. Twice an hour? Is that a lot of sacrifice? This is not to scare anybody. This is to ask. We all have to play a part. We got to play a part to do what we got to do. We got to help people like Mission Barbecue get the word out. We got to help the gentleman who was on. I bet you nobody even talked about this Friday night, the gentleman that you and I interviewed on Friday night that is offering masks and all that, but you had to buy it by the big bulk of those things. Okay? It's funny. After you and I did that show, I heard that the fire department delivered thousands of masks in South Florida. It's coming. It's cranking up. The machine is cranking up. We just got to give a chance for the machine to catch up. We got to stay home to keep the deaths down. Dawn, there are people who didn't listen to the warning, who even listened to the warning and are getting sick. So we got to figure out a solution to this problem. So we got to stay home. Yes, I know you scream at me. I got to stay home. I got to stay home. People with kidney, lung infections, people of age, weaker immune systems. Even if you're 21 and you have a weak immune system, which includes asthma, okay, you got to stay out of the way. Don't let this train find you is the bottom line. So I'm not saying all of this to scare anybody. I'm just asking. I am outraged that Georgia opened the beaches, not because they opened the beaches, because it's the message you're sending. Why are we doing that? Right? I think my partner fainted.
I think we're going to commercial break because I'm about done.
You don't need to be done.
Here's the wand drop. Here is the wand drop. Let's go to commercial break. Get ready for 1 o'clock hour. You, my friend, need to get some fresh air before you send the rest of the world upside down, including me. Let's take a quick commercial break. Grab a tissue because he's made us all cry, and we'll be right back.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great? Outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hello?
And we're back.
What are you doing now?
I'm trying to get my Facebook to work. What do you do?
You're stressing me out is all I can tell you. This new thing isn't working for me. So I'm just saying, you got to engage in our show for the 2 hours a day that we're on air, because you sent me upside down and sideways. So I'm just saying, we need Mia's Martini Bar because we're clearly not drinking enough of anything. So that is going to be my new take on this whole thing as we roll into the 1 o'clock hour. Lunchtime is now over, and it is time to start happy hour is what I'm thinking. You know, there's the love hour on Friday. It's time for happy hour.
I want to congratulate you because you have that love hour thing going on. It was just pretty cool. I'm gonna tell you, he gets great numbers. He has a nice following, and the message of love seems to be reaching people. Which I really am proud of the fact that Ken is brave enough to tell people he loves them. He doesn't care who you are or where he's at. It doesn't make a difference to him. And that show did really, really well. I also want to congratulate Jay and Janine for Momentum Mindset, which is really a shot in the arm given to people about what's going on around them, how to deal with stress. Jay has had an interesting, to say the least, life. And Janine is in there also guiding him and talking that through. Again, fantastic numbers. Never seen numbers like this in my life. And then you have the kids tonight, Kids in Capes. Again, phenomenal. 8 and 10-year-old, right? 8 and 10.
We are putting out a lot. Yeah, we're putting out a lot of great content on our platforms about hope and giving back and peace, love, kindness is what the kids say, right? Ken talks about love. If you're going to go to the beaches because they're open in Georgia, you're going to have the consequences. So just don't. If a movie theater opens, just don't go. Stop it, as Faith says. Hashtag stop it. Punto. Done. All right. That's the end of my rant. Just be smart. But you know what? Our platforms are to spread hope and kindness and love. And that little smirk on your face is not doing so much good anymore after 4 hours of this. We almost had lunch. Thank you to Mission Barbecue. You have spun everything upside down. And you know what happens when you do that to Mother Nature? It means I take out. Yes.
What do you say?
Why do I say that? Because I know that. It's all about spreading hopes, dreams, joy. New girl, we would love to have you come back and work with us. So that is all I can say. There's grant money that's out there. There's PPP. There's PPE. There's so much PPs around.
A lot of PP.
You
a lot of PP.
You can't even drink too much, right?
A lot of PP.
You got a lot of PP. You got the PPEs, you got the PPP, you got the PPDs, you got the PP. I mean, come on. This is just getting to the point where they're throwing so much at us at such a voluminous rate that forget the hamster on the wheel. You're like on a freaking treadmill in life, and you're going and going. And you know what? Just when you step off to breathe, you realize you got 3 loads of towels to do because somehow my towels must have had babies because I never knew I had so many towels in my house. Because I'm home, I don't use the towels. Why now suddenly am I washing 3 loads of towels a day? This is insane between towels.
You gotta be careful with the towels.
Of course.
When
why would that be?
They get soaked with water and they'll break your drum. Be very careful. Nice and light with the towels.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to tell me something else about it. Some other great news about the towels.
No, it happened to me. I put in towels because I used to own a hair salon. So I used to take towels home to wash because I was too cheap to have a company do it. And it broke my drum.
Yes, lady, and my towels have babies. I've never seen so many towels in my life. I got to tell you, this whole work-life balance, I can't wait to get people, the team back going and growing because it's been a lot. You're cleaning your laundry. I don't cook, clearly. But you still got to get food in the house. There's so many things to do. You look around, you see the dog ate the bottom of the table. The dog ate the dresser. You got chips on your paneling, on their wood jams. You're thinking, I just got to get out of the house again. But we're all going through this, right? You got to have some hope. You got to have some levity. And as Ken always says, Kenny Love, it's about love. It's about hope. It's about kindness. And this week, I'm not talking religion this week. I am just talking about spirituality. And we are all one, right? So you want me to fight this back? Keep smiling. We're one, right? We had Palm Sunday. We roll into Passover. You've got Good Friday. We've got Easter. Whatever you believe in, whatever greater source there is, if this is not a message, if this is not a 2x4 in your head, everyone needs to wake up. As Faith would say something else, but I will leave Faith's vernacular out of this. But wake up, stop what needs to stop, and we just got to get going.
That's right. You got to keep going.
You got to get going. You keep going, you get going. Because it's a whole new world of keep going. We're not on our norm of keep going anymore. That has changed. You got to get going.
It's really interesting. Before this thing blew up the circuit, we knew a lot of people that were doing the side hustle deal, who were getting out there, who were pushing, right? And then they get a curveball and they've shut down. And that's not what you want. You want to keep pushing. You're not going to be able to do skin to skin right now. You know, I am green. It must be this light. I got to get another light. It must be a different type of pushing, because you want to continue to do what you're doing, how you do it, and why you do it. Just got to find a different way of doing it.
Got to find a different way. People that sell healthcare supplements, you know what? We still need supplements. We need to get our immune system boosted. If you run out of vitamin C in emergency, there are different recipes people are putting online to drink, different tonics, different water and lemons and apple cider vinegar. Find something that works for you, because you know what? If it's not even working, you've got that placebo effect that it's working. You feel like you're trying something. You have to try. We have to put it out there and try, because if you don't try, you're going to cry. So that's my new logo for the day. Try or you're going to cry. And crying is not for any of us. It's good. Yes.
There is no crying in baseball.
Well, you know what, my friend? This is not baseball anymore. This game is not baseball. Baseball Miracle League of Palm Beach County has been closed for now. These kids need to be protected. Bottom line, right? We've got our youth that are compromised, our special needs kids, our sensibility kids that we work with. These kids need to be protected. These group homes that these kids are in, these young adults, that Bonnie has 4 or 5 of them in a home. I mean, you talk about what these people are doing. I shouldn't complain that my towels have babies.
I know, you have plenty of towels.
But talking about your side hustle and working from home and solopreneurs, we've got David Nakaba on the line with us, on the show with us. And David is the master of many trades. So Gen G thought it would be a great idea to reach out to David, and of course we agreed. So let's bring David over. How you doing, David?
Oh, I'm doing great. I love Gen G. I had no idea that she even suggested that I do this, but that's awesome.
Yep,
Thank
Gen
you
G
for having
said
me.
David is the master of many things. So bring him on. Let's see how the side hustle, working from home. You've done this before people were doing it.
Yeah, actually, you know something? It's funny. Like, I have friends that are, by the way, my screen is like flashing like crazy. I don't know if it's the software or something. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to try to get this.
We see you fine.
No, you're good.
All right. I can see you. My screen is flashing a lot. So, yeah, like a couple of years ago, actually, I had the idea to do Zoom networking events, and everybody was looking at me like I was absolutely nuts. And I got a few people to come on and do the Zoom networking for a while, and it went here and there, but it just kind of died down because I didn't really put a lot of energy towards it, because it was like a hard adoption. But now everybody's doing it because we're forced to. And, it's really unfortunate. It's really disconcerting to see how many people have been furloughed and displaced from their employment, and the looming disaster of an economic collapse. But what's interesting is, the whole profession of network marketing, the whole profession of working from home and building a group of partners that you work with to retail a product or service online is just, statistically, I've been looking at the industry reports, and we're up 20-30%, and that's just in the month of March. The numbers for April haven't even been created yet. So as things start to really progress and things become a little bit more difficult for people, can you guys still see me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my screen is totally so as things really progress and become more difficult for people, I think we're going to start to see a huge increase in those numbers, because you have millions and millions of people that now have no choice. They've heard people talk to them for a long time about building a plan B, having a smarter way to create residual income, to create ongoing income, and they just haven't listened, because it's just human nature. Unless things are really, really tough, people don't make changes. And so I thank my lucky stars that I've been putting my energy and investing in networking and building relationships and connecting and helping people and building community and staying on par with doing the result producing activities every week and working with my group to create leadership, to create consistency, to create ongoing results. And I think that regardless of what company you're with, regardless of what you're doing, if you're not staying accountable to what you're doing and you're not building momentum week by week, day by day, it's just now you're really sucking wind. Now you got to start from scratch. So I mean, it doesn't mean that it's bad news for those people that haven't been putting in the work. It just means that they're starting a little bit behind the eight ball. But the numbers our sales are up. People are buying things online. Our partnerships are flying through the roof. And then actually our seminars, our conferences, and all of our trainings are seeing 5 to 15 fold attendance. Why? Because everything was moved online to Zoom globally. So where people had to actually drive and go physically to places to attend trainings, now they don't have to. They can just jump on their computer and and attend a training. So we're seeing a lot more growth there, and we got a better way. So that's what's going on in the world of home-based businesses.
I think it's changed people so much because even last night I was saying on the earlier show, I jumped on a webinar at 10 o'clock last night to listen to Pamela Chanel. And It was amazing. I never, ever sit down to listen to a webinar because we're always running, right? It's a face-to-face. It's so many things and interactions. But I think business is going to be changing to be more online based because you're going to realize that you can get a lot more done and not be in the car. You're going to save on gas, right? Face-to-face interaction.
I have a lot of people that their companies closed down and they're working from home and they're like, something, I kind of like this. They don't want to go back to work. So when their office reopens, they're not going to want to go back. I mean, it's really like I'm laughing. I'm trying to make light of it, but it's like, it's definitely impacted our culture in a way where, people are just not going to want to go back to the traditional way of doing things. And think about who even wants to maybe take the chance of contracting anything, even after the curve flattens and everything normalizes. People are going to be very reticent, like they're going to be very apprehensive about even having physical contact with anyone. It's going to be a tough thing for our culture to kind of reacclimate to. And this is a global thing. It's not just a USA thing. I have family over in Israel, and it's 6,000 miles away. And they're going through the exact same thing. Everything is shut down. People are holed up in their apartments. They're singing from the balconies, trying to create community with each other. It's absolutely nuts.
And we had someone on last week. I've sort of lost track on who we were talking to, but they talked about as people are furloughed and they're losing their jobs, their day jobs as they know it. It's an opportunity to maybe not even go back in and look at that same job, but to say, you know what? I want to work for me from now on. I want to grow my own business. It's a time to, if I have a dream, this is the time to pursue it because this is the time where a lot of people, right, our interest rates are low. There's government stimulus money. It's the time to say, you know what? This one isn't working. So let me actually try this side hustle, this plan B.
Well, everything that I'm hearing from people like Grant Cardone and Gary Vee and Robert Kiyosaki and Ray Dalio, and I'm watching all of these people that are great harbingers of economic, just things that economic shifts. And I'm listening to them and they're all predicting based on lots of different market data that there's going to be a very huge gap between the haves and the have-nots. And so this is not about even just creating some extra side money for a rainy day. This is about what can people do to really get ahead, because it's either going to be the best of times for people that do that, or it's going to be the worst of times for people that don't. People need leverage. They need to scale. They need to grow. And it's going to be very difficult for people that don't, because who knows what's coming down the pike. This is just like everyone. I mean, even people that have had traditionally a lot of confidence in, the market just kind of balancing out and going through normal cycles are just completely I don't know what's happening here. This is not the norm, just outside of anything that anyone could expect. So I think it's just really important that all of us have a very strong mindset, take a lot of action towards growing and producing and not just kind of floating. I struggle with it a lot myself, like really keeping myself going. And we're at home, we're working from home. Nobody's our boss. Nobody's telling us what to do. There are no boundaries. There are no consequences to just waking up at 11 o'clock in the morning and loafing around and not doing anything and sitting on the couch. Nobody's coming after you. But if I'm doing my best to get up early, to make sure I work out, to make sure that I write down my goals and I write down the things that I'm grateful for, and staying in that morning routine and structure so that I can move forward and I can get things done. It's just, those are things. I talk to people that are employees, and I really believe that even employees, if you're going to stay in a job, if you're and you want to keep doing that, every one of us is going to need to learn to think like an entrepreneur, because if you don't adapt, you're going to have a hard time.
It's really funny because we've had this conversation about taking a business and it's doing its thing. And then everybody sits around and says, okay, so it works. But that's not good enough. That it works is the problem. Because when a problem comes and it strains the system that you have, that you should have been ahead of the curve to begin with. The platform that we have, where we're doing the video, the social media and the whole nine, this is going back now 5 years. It's going back even further. For me, it's going almost 11 years. And now, because we had to zoom up numbers of people on here, learning how to deal with bandwidth, all of this stuff. Even this weekend, we were working on it because we have to pitch at a higher level with the radio station. So our frequency has to be even hotter and has to be consistent. And you look at David, and he looks like $1 million on here. To get this stuff accomplished, to do the Zooms of the world. Now, you saw Zooms has a problem. I just got another notification from the FBI with Zoom. You got to be careful with Zoom because they are hackable. We've come up with a system that is not hackable yet. Doesn't mean it's going to be that way forever, but we're trying to protect having you on here and people not coming in here and putting porn the whole nine. It is a system that we have yet to try because all the parts are not put into play. But I applaud, David, what you're saying, because don't wait until tragedy hits for you to decide to take it to that next level. That next level, you're running a business. Run a business. Make it a business. Make it better. And if it works, God bless. Make it better than it just working. And then they think I'm crazy. That one over there, she thinks I'm crazy.
Do you know, fun fact, this was my side hustle 4 years ago.
What's that?
I remember.
What we're doing. I had a day job, and Freddie interviewed me just like we interview everybody else one day for my day job. And from that one interview 4 years ago, here we sit. So the dream exists and you can do it, but it takes work and it takes commitment. And now there's a whole nother level. But this production, this show was my plan B, 100%. And here we are.
That's awesome.
Well, now it's on steroids and plan A and plan A. And people like David, people in the community. And David, I'm going to invite you also. We are trying to push forward companies where everybody will be on a time clock. And it's going to be interactive. So you may do it one day, somebody else may take your spot the next day, and then you come back the day after that. We haven't perfected how we want to do it because so many have come forward. And there's a right way of doing it. If you look at David's picture, this is the model we want. We want it to be picture perfect. And the reason we want it to be picture perfect is because your business should be treated picture perfect. And that's what we're looking for. I can't do anything about the internet right now because it's being used by everybody. But this is going to turn around, and you got to be ready because when it does turn around, you want to be on top of the game.
That's
David,
awesome.
I want
When
to take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
When we come back, I want to know what your businesses are. Maybe people can use your services.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Let's take a quick break, and we'll see you on the other side.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And
I
we're
have a
back.
surprise for you. I have a surprise for you.
Yeah,
Someone
what?
has a bell.
A bell.
Bring her over. Let's see.
Who got a bell?
Someone's got a bell for you.
Jesus, that is the smallest bell. Whoa. That is the smallest bell I have ever seen.
Oh, that's my little cowbell. Hold on.
Oh, look, they got me a And we're back.
And there you have it. And you're back.
Hey, David, you look different, David.
We'll bring David over also.
And how you doing, you mom?
I'm good. I'm good. I have another child. Do we need to voice Zoom her in too from Orlando?
You
We
might
can
as well
always-
bring in everybody.
Thank
I
you
love
for
it. I'm
having
actually
me.
loving this technology. This is really cool.
See that? David, we got you covered.
I love this. I want to give the. I'm sorry.
Tracy, meet
Guys,
David.
sorry.
I
David,
feel like you should do the Brady Bunch where we should all kind of look at each other and
100%. We went to commercial break and we were talking to David Nakaba. David, what types of businesses are you involved in? Because maybe people need what you've got.
Sure. Thank you. First of all, I love you and Freddie. You guys have been so supportive, so helpful. I love the idea of this show and helping local business owners out. I know a lot of people in my networking group are going to really be excited about learning about what you're doing here and featuring themselves and their businesses on here. I first and foremost, when I talk to people and I just kind of introduce myself to my group, I tell them my name's David and I'm your friend. That's number one. But I'm a healthcare consultant, and a network marketing professional. I implement science-based and revenue-generating wellness solutions into healthcare offices. And I also help people leverage the parent company with something called an unfranchised business, which allows them to work with our successful team in multi-billion-dollar markets to generate a professional ongoing income by converting spending into earning. So that's kind of what we do. I've been reaching out to a lot of the people that have been furloughed and unemployed all of a sudden, and teaching them how to go through kind of a tryout process with us. I don't need anybody's money. I'm looking for desire. I'm looking for determination, and I'm going to help and coach and mentor them to utilize our business platform to create a professional ongoing income that can really match the unemployment numbers in terms of how much compensation the government's given to people, and even far exceed that if people really put their heart into it. So we've been really fortunate that our biggest market has been in the healthcare sector. I brought on a couple of doctors last week, and those people that can't see their patients in person anymore are now reaching out to them by phone and finding ways to use our solutions to help those people get better with their health. And it's, what better time for that than now?
Fantastic.
So,
how do people reach out to you? How do they find you?
They can just, if you could put my name back up on the screen, I have nakava.com. Thanks to Gen G, I got myself a virtual business card. They go to that domain name, nekava.com, right? My last name.com. You can get all my contact info. Best bet is to click on the Facebook button and connect with me on Facebook. I'm really good. I'm really prolific with Facebook and, private messaging. I love that.
David, thank you so much. Stay in touch. Like I said, this is the new norm for us. So if we can give people a few minutes to share their business and ideas, and then at the end of the week, we put a resource page together, you just never know. We've sort of changed the way to get it out.
I appreciate it so much. Can you give me the contact info I should send people to in my group so that they can get on here?
Yeah, just send them my number. Our codes change every day. So we can't do it that way because in order to prevent what's happening with some other companies, we change our coding every day.
I love it. You guys are doing great things. Thank you so much. I'll pass the word along.
Thanks, David. Thanks for joining us. Stay safe.
Good job, David. Nice job.
And there's new mom. It's like a whole family event today.
This bell is kind of creepiness.
How you doing, Tracy?
I'm good. I guess we're all locked down and in quarantine, but thank you for still doing what you got to do because it keeps me entertained and going.
It keeps me
somebody's happy.
She's got
this
a bell
one gets
for
all
you.
cranky.
Oh my gosh, you made her cry earlier. Thank goodness I'm here.
Thank goodness.
Yes,
exactly.
She says that I made her cry. I didn't mean to make her cry.
If you made me cry, you made the rest of the world cry too, so stop it.
It's not about crying. It's about, you know what? You got to hold on to your fear, push it to the side and keep going. Got to keep going.
Yeah.
What is happening with Coconut Creek? Where are you guys doing? You're community-based outreach.
We're on lockdown. They were kind enough to give us a couple of weeks of salary, and we're just kind of riding out our PTO. It depends on the world. Gosh, I mean, it's just a crazy world right now. So all's good. I'm tan. I have been by the pool every day. My dogs are so happy. I didn't know that they missed me so much. Reading, writing. I can't imagine going back to work 60 hours a week.
It's so fun. I want to do a meme about the dogs because when we all finally go back to work, what are our dogs thinking, right? It's like what they think we're home. And now when you go back to work, they go, what? Wait, what happened? My life was so good. And now everyone's gone again.
I think my poor dogs the first week were like, oh, she's taking us out again. So. But all is good. How's everybody there? I know that you guys feasted. I saw my daughter's father feeding you earlier.
We did feast,
yeah.
and it was just crazy coincidence, it's serendipitous. They reached out, the marketing person reached out to the radio station who sent it to us. And when I saw it, I said to Freddie, I go, this is Nicole's dad's place. And then fast forward, and here we are. I know.
Yeah, they've great food. And I was texting Dawn earlier. They do weddings, they do picnics, they deliver. I mean, it's huge. Like 1,000 people. I've been to events that they've done just huge amount of catering. So big shout out to Mission Barbecue.
Which is incredible. I'm thinking, some of the places that we know first responders work, I know people are sending in candy, and it might be nice to send in a couple meals, some lunch, better than, the sandwich they packed or open up their brown bag. It might be nice to have something different.
I'm trying to finalize. I am president-elect for my Coral Springs Rotary, and we have about 20 people on board bringing lunches to Broward Health and what we call our first responders, because those people are taking care of everybody that's just not feeling so good right now, and they really need a little extra love. So if you can do it, if you can somehow support our first responders, I totally agree. I reached out to Amici, and I'm sure I can reach out to Mission Barbecue. They have been absolutely on board for their first responders too.
Is the casino closed? Is everything at Coconut Creek shut down? It's all shut down.
We were cleaning, and we're getting ready for when we do open. It is what it is. We're all just kind of in a waiting pattern.
The restaurants, everything. You think about so many things that we probably never even thought about, Freddie. Everything just shuts down. We are privileged to know that we are considered an essential. So if we want to go back to the studio, we have the ability to go back to the studio and broadcast. We are doing it this way for maybe this week. But we have enough space where clearly you could sit in one studio, I can sit in another, just like we do here, and still be in there if we need to get things done at the studio. But a lot of businesses don't have that. They moved on to takeout. They closed their doors. The entertainment industry, I think, is going to change for a very long time.
I think also the sporting industry is going to change for a long time. Those are huge numbers.
Yes.
And didn't Freddie go out to Walmart earlier?
No, not yet. No, I did not. I was supposed to.
Nobody's listening, Lucy. Listen, Lucy. They listen.
I had to figure out a way of getting there, to be honest with you. I may have to bubble wrap myself because I gotta go. I mean, I got some other things there to do. But anyway, the radio station has to stay open. The radio station itself has to stay open. They are bringing the news, and they're bringing shows and what have you. And we have a studio at the radio station, and we've been working all weekend so that you can actually go into the radio station and do your shows remotely from wherever you are, just like you're doing right now. We're able to do it remotely. Awesome. We had a problem because the amount of call-ins, a lot of people like this right now would be a problem on the norm at a radio station because you have 3 people on one line. So we had to come up with something that would now allow up to 4 people to come in one line and not damage the radio station. They can still take another call. So theoretically, we could do 5 people if we need to. And that's important because businesses want to talk to one another. You want to be able to interview people who are doing things like yourself, waiting at home. Businesses are still open, like Mission Barbecue. And they want the people to know that they're there, they're in the forefront, they're helping however they can. And if you help them, it helps them to push it forward, play it forward, and go in that nation.
And people are still planning ahead. I mean, they're not just because today we're shut down doesn't mean that there isn't going to be events in 3 months or 6 months, or you're gonna want to go to the casino, or you're gonna want barbecue wedding, or so I get it.
A barbecue
I
wedding.
think
Yeah,
Why
Mission
not?
Barbecue. They've done numerous weddings. I think it's great. Like, why not? You're having an outdoor wedding and 100, 300 people. Just an awesome way to, yes, I know. Because they do good stuff.
You know, it's funny.
Listen,
My daughter said
I don't work for them.
my daughter said to me last night something interesting. She says, "I wonder what's happening to people who had their weddings planned right now. What's going on?" And we were talking about. I think they're still getting married. The nuptial is happening, but the big $300,000 gala is not. So she says, you know, I think it puts a new perspective back on the marriage of what it means to get married, of that connection, of being together versus the party, right? It gives you a whole new mindset of going back to those simpler things, getting together as a couple, and then, you know, doing a party maybe later, but I would bet that's even going to change down the road.
I think so too. I had a
Right?
friend's daughter that was supposed to get married, and I'm a notary, and I offered to go over to the house. I said, you can still get married. You just aren't going to have the big party, but they're still opting for. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, every little girl's dream, right?
Now,
Well, listen, I got a brand new platform, virtual marriage.
Now what?
So virtual marriage. So you have a person, right? Like the person sitting opposite, right? Right there. And you get married on the internet. You get married, girls, and then the celebration is all videotaped. You videotape people dancing for different parts. You videotape everything, but you're two people in different places. And you bring everybody in from all over the world.
I like it. Listen, I already offered that to my girlfriend. I said, because she's a notary also. I said, what if we just do online weddings? She says, it's not the same. I said, but people still want to get married. I get it. I know.
But it's better. It's better. Because and then when this is all over, you go on the honeymoon.
Listen, I'll make it fun. I promise. Yeah.
And then I'll keep
Tracy Latome. I'll marry you online today.
There you go.
There you go.
And I will keep a small window here that says 1-800-attorney.
Well,
divorce
you can
attorney.
get married online. Get married online. I think it's a great idea.
Freddie's gonna divorce.
You get married online. That's what I'm saying. Is that even legal? Is that legal? To get married online?
Why not?
No, you can get married online. You just have to have the marriage certificate and everything has to be notarized. I mean, it can all be done through mail.
Because they do it in the military, don't they? Don't they do that in the military?
Military and prison, sure.
Wait, so
how do you know about
somebody could
prison?
marry that Joe Exotic guy from Netflix if they wanted to? You guys have seen all that, right?
About what?
The Netflix phenomenon, the Tiger mayhem murder.
No, it's called Tiger King.
Tiger King, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Oh my gosh, I devoured it.
Did you like it?
It was the most bizarre train wreck I had ever seen. I have told.
But why would I want to watch a bizarre train wreck? I fell asleep after the first 2 shows.
The first show, we were 40 minutes into it and we shut it off. After that, I was sold. It was crazy. It's just crazy. You have to get back into it. You'll like it.
That's the woman in Tampa that gets killed, right?
No.
No.
Oh, see, you're getting all false information. No. Joe Exotic is the tiger guy. There's somebody that has big cats who actually has a cat kingdom, and she's kooky too. And then there's somebody, there's like 5 or 6 of them. There's Scarface. Oh my God, you will love this.
You are a lot of fun.
I rather watch Ozark.
Oh my, I'm on 3rd season, so I agree. Oh my,
I am going to 3rd season. 3rd season of Ozark on the way, baby.
And there you have it.
Wait.
I'm on the 2nd season. Second.
What do you do with the
Going
three?
to the third.
Oh.
Is that three? For that.
That's 3.
Oh, nice manicure. Delish. How did you get out?
I didn't. This is going on 4 weeks. So next week, they may not look like, oh, last night I did cut my daughter's hair though.
How's it look? I'm afraid to ask.
Because, Mom, it looks better than the $80 haircuts I normally get.
Really?
Save some money.
That's what she said. She was, and it took 5 minutes. I know. It was like, she's got easy hair to cut though. I mean, she's got long hair. I was like, snip, snip, snip. And she was very happy with it.
Yeah, I don't think
I
Nails
think
and
she's
nails.
at home too long.
new
But
girl
this is
would
what-
not let me cut hair.
She wouldn't.
No.
Now, this is what we did over the weekend. So, New Adventures of Dawn and Chelsea. That should be our new segment. The New Adventures of Dawn and Chelsea. Of new mom
Afraid
and
to
new
ask.
girl. Tracy, thank you so much. Stay in touch with us. Love you, honey.
Mwah. Soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Now she has a
So-
bell.
So yeah, so I cut Chelsea's hair over the weekend, and we've been looking on nail products, and nails will be tackled next weekend. One
Yeah, you're
project
gonna
at
have
a
a problem.
of course. And what would that
Because
be?
what are you gonna do with your nails?
With my nails? We'll see. Since I don't see you anyway, we'll see.
You got to spray paint. How come I'm green? Look at this.
The question, we've had the question on shaving and everything for women. I'm wondering if women, do you wear a bra when you're in the house, or do you just like not bother and go, hey, it doesn't matter? Because the only one sees you.
I read an article where women should always wear bras because it is very difficult on the female body when they don't.
Is it?
Yeah, you begin to hunch over.
Yeah, that's not going to be my problem. Trust me.
I'm just saying, because you sort of walk a little crooked anyway, and you're going to be
I
all
have
the
to
way
say,
over.
You have definitely been a breath of fresh air today, and such a positive outlook on everything. Is this what living with you is like on a Monday morning? Honestly, I think I'm going to light a candle.
First of all, I had a lot of things done and accomplished today. Thank you very much.
And what's that rag?
It's a virus full of rag. I mean, a rag full of virus, I was told.
And there you have it.
And there you
That's
have it.
exactly it. But as long as you're staying healthy and staying safe, we keep going this way. Teddy, again, spectacular. Tonight we've got Kids in Capes. Fingers crossed, God willing, that show's going to be put out.
I hope that show makes it. I hope that show makes it.
I'm going to call Teddy when we get off. And we've got Lauren Cohen joining us on Wednesday talking about all the new grants and the PPP, and you got PPE and all kinds of things happening on the forefront.
Maybe we should ask Ian to come on tomorrow,
We can reach out to Ian as well.
because there's a few disturbing questions I have for him.
Oh, I don't know why. You've been such a, pillar of happiness today. I think we should just continue to roll right into it tomorrow with your uplifting news. Really?
No, I don't think it's bad news. I think it's honesty. Honesty is never bad news. It is what it
Here's
is.
the thing, though. We get enough honesty. We can be honest and kind of have some fun. You need to get outside and breathe some fresh air, I think. I think your house is
I was
stifling your
outside.
in your
I
brain.
was out by the pool and it rained.
Oh, there. What does that tell you?
There you go. That's it.
What does
I went
that
out there and I got drenched. I felt like a wet cookie out there because it was pouring.
But, a lot more information, and our platform is here to share. We're going to look into bringing Sandra Torres on tomorrow from United Latinas. Fuego was on today. You were wearing that one. We ran Slick Speaks at the same time. I definitely am aging with my eyes as we speak because I need to have my glasses with me at all times to see those little numbers on the encoder. But a lot of things happening. It's growth. It's not keep going anymore. I have to tell you, it's a totally different mindset and shift of what we used to do. This is a lot more work than doing it in the studio. There is no doubt. There's codes to be given out, codes to change every day, platforms to share. It's not just a fluid conversation anymore. You got to be a little more cognizant of it. But fortunately, we're able to do it. We have the technology, like the Bionic Woman.
The Bionic Man.
Well, you're a man. Just saying.
Yeah, you're
But
right.
lunch was delicious from Mission Barbecue.
Yes, baby. The show today brought to you by Mission Barbecue. Do we have the lower third for contact information for them?
I think we've got Tony's information.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we get the lower third. It's really difficult. There you go. It's really difficult to do a show like this to continue the chemistry because you don't know who's coming in. You have a delay in receiving the information, so you sort of have to wait and pause for a second to let the other person talk. So this is not easy. And anybody who thinks it is, trust you me, it isn't. But it is the way of the times, the way it is now.
It is where we are right now, and I'm talking to our MobiPop account executive, and we're going to be sending out a new text blast spotlighting businesses to let us know how we can help spotlight your business. So check your inbox. If you are not a part of our MobiPop subscription, you should be one. So go to your new text function, start a new one, and the number is 55312. The text is cafe, and you will get this little ditty of information. You can text us, you can email us, and you can let us know how and when you would like to be on the show. It's about sending positive messages. For me right now, we've got enough of truth, we've got enough skewed truth, we've got enough of media hype. That all exists on your regular TV channels. And yes, this is my opinion, not necessarily that of my partners who sits in a cave. I think there is a lot of truth. I think there's a lot of media hype. And I think we got to disconnect from it and really focus now on the pivot and the restructuring and get going. Not keep going.
First
We
of
got to.
all, I'm not in a cave. Look around.
know.
Do I look like I'm in a cave?
No, it looks like you're near the bar and I need a drink.
Well, that's true too. There's a lot of bottles there. But no, it's not pouring cold water on the charge. It's just about separating ourselves from things that around us occur. I think the conversation was about Georgia, and I addressed that. Just because things open doesn't mean that you should go do it. Just because somebody does the wrong thing, you shouldn't follow. That's all I'm saying.
And what do you always say? Get or get got? Now's the time to go get, or you're going to get got, because this is the time, as they say, pull up your big girl britches and you got to go, because there's no time to sleep until 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon and wait for God to send you a sign. It is there, and God's got your back, or the energy of the universe, whatever you believe in, it is there, but you got to make it happen. You got to take those steps in the universe and say, you know what, this is what I want, because what do I always tell you? If you're not specific, what happens?
You get what you shouldn't be getting.
You get what God thinks you're going to get, but that might not be quite what you want. So journal, be specific, meditate, get outside, get a breath of fresh air, stay 10 feet apart, and don't let your dogs play with other dogs. I think that's another thing, right? You got to keep your dogs sequestered also. It's craziness. The tigers can't play with the tigers. The dogs can't play with the dogs. People can't play with people. I don't know.
You definitely have to go outside. I think you have lost your mind.
This is what it is. This is what happens when I don't see you for a week, right? All the crazies come out.
I think you and Teddy are on the same wavelengths. I told you, the poor kid, I think she's lost her mind too.
She's worked so hard with me all week, and we tried to give you a break. She's worked really, really hard because whatever, that's a whole nother story. Anyway,
we'll see what but don't give me a break. Don't give me a break because it all adds up. If you need, just send me this. I know better than to ask now.
There you go. There you go. I don't know who we got lined up for tomorrow, but if you're interested in joining us on the show, just reach out to us. You can send us a Facebook message at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You can also give Freddie a call at 866-224-5422 or download our MobiPop, text CAFE, C-A-F-E, to 55312. A lot of information out there. We're going to keep that resource link going. You can find it on all of our social media pages, and more to come.
That's right.
Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy your day off. Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. Stay in touch. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.